Good morning, students. I am Bhupesh Bansal, Director Anand Prakash Educational Academy and your mentor for physics. हम लोगों ने 10th के चैप्टर में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में अब तक थ्योरी पोर्शन पूरा कवर किया है। उसके बाद न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्व करने शुरू किए, कैसे कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सर्किट को सिंप्लीफाई करना है वो समझा है। तो आज हम लोग न्यूमेरिकल्स के साथ ही कंटिन्यू करेंगे। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन है कैलकुलेट करंट, voltage or potential difference VA and VB. Also we have to calculate I1 and I2. I1, I2. तो जैसे हमने लास्ट टाइम जब कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सर्किट सॉल्व किया था, हम लोग देखेंगे इसमें करंट फ्लो हमारा किस डायरेक्शन में है, इस डायरेक्शन में है। पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल इधर है तो पॉजिटिव से करंट फ्लो किया तो ये मेरा टर्मिनल बनता है ए जंक्शन बी, ये दोनों पैरेलल में है तो ये बनता है जंक्शन सी। करंट कहाँ डिवाइड होता है, बी और सी के बीच में, तो पहले मुझे बी और सी को सॉल्व करना है। बी और सी के बीच में मेरे पास दो रेजिस्टेंसेस हैं 4 ओम्स के, 1 अपॉन आर इक्विवेलेंट इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन R1 प्लस 1 अपॉन R2। R1 कितना है, 4 ओम्स है, R2 भी 4 ओम्स है, तो R इक्विवेलेंट कितना होगा, 2 अपॉन 4 या 1 अपॉन 2, सो R इक्विवेलेंट इज इक्वल टू 2 ओम्स। सो ये सर्किट में अगर मैं इस सर्किट को अब सिंप्लीफाई करता हूं तो मेरे पास एक 4 ओम का रेजिस्टेंस है A और B के बीच में, और B और C के बीच में एक 2 ओम्स का रेजिस्टेंस है। तो ये मेरा सर्किट बनता है। अब ये सिंपल सीरीज सर्किट है। सिंपल सीरीज सर्किट में हम लोग R कैसे निकालते हैं, इज इक्वल टू R1 प्लस R2, दैट इज 4 प्लस 2 और 6 ओम्स। सो इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस मेरा ये बन के आ जाता है 6 ओम्स का। तो अब मेरे पास सिंगल एक R इक्विवेलेंट है। पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस टोटल है V इज इक्वल टू 6 वोल्ट, R इज इक्वल टू 6 ohms, so I is equal to V upon R, that is 6 by 6 or 1 ampere। तो इस तरह से स्टेप बाय स्टेप हम लोग I कैलकुलेट करेंगे। अब हमें करंट मालूम है तो पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस निकालना है VA। VA पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस हम लोग कैसे कैलकुलेट करेंगे, लेट अस सी। Ohm's law states potential difference और current का relationship V is equal to I into R। Current is equal to 1 ampere, resistance is equal to 4 ohms, so potential difference is 4 volts। So the potential difference VA is equal to 4 volts, or I'll say VA is equal to 4 volts। Now VB प्लस VA इज इक्वल टू V। V की वैल्यू है 6 वोल्ट्स, VA की वैल्यू है 4 वोल्ट्स, सो VB इज इक्वल टू 2 वोल्ट्स। बहुत सिंपल है, जस्ट हमको स्टेप्स फॉलो करने हैं और हमारा आंसर आ जाता है VB इज इक्वल टू 2 वोल्ट्स। तो ये भी निकल गया। अब I1 और I2, again using the Ohm's law, VB is equal to I1 into R is 4 ohms, VB is 2 is equal to I1 into 4, or I1 is equal to 2 upon 4, that is 0.5 ampere। आप यहां पहले I1 कैलकुलेट कर लीजिए, I2 कैलकुलेट कर लीजिए। नाउ वी हैव I is equal to I1 plus I2, so I2 is equal to I minus I1, that is 1 minus 0.5, so that also is 0.5 ampere। इस सर्किट में अगर आप ध्यान देंगे, बिकॉज ये दोनों रेजिस्टेंस सेम वैल्यू के हैं, तो करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू बोथ द रेजिस्टेंसेस इज सेम। Had these resistances been of different value, current flowing also would have been different। यहां पे सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, फर्स्ट वी हैव टू फाइंड द इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस, फाइंड द करंट, द मेन करंट flowing through the circuit, then use that current to find out various potential differences or split in the current. Hope this question is clear to you. Now moving on to the second question. Second question, I had drawn a circuit diagram wherein 3 bulbs are shown. All 3 bulbs are identical. I had drawn this circuit diagram with a potential of 4.5 volts. There is an ammeter connected. There are 3 ammeters connected across all 3 bulbs. I'll designate them as bulb 1, bulb 2, bulb 3. So, when this circuit is switched on, current flowing I is equal to 3 amperes. What will happen if one of the bulbs, say B1 gets fused? B1 gets fused. What will happen? Now in this case, the problem which generally the students do, they say 3 amperes, they calculate the equivalent resistance and then start doing it. It's not that difficult. These are all connected in parallel. So the potential difference here remains same. Whether this bulb is in circuit or not, the potential difference does not change. Now, as soon as I say this bulb has got fused out, that means this circuit has opened out. So the current flowing through ammeter 1 will become 0. But what will happen to A2 and A3? Now you just see the resistance of this bulb remains same. Let me call the 3 bulbs as of resistance R. So the potential difference was 4.5 volts. Current flowing through, because the 3 were identical, current flowing through all 3 circuits was same. I by 3, I by 3, I by 3, that means 1 ampere. So current flowing was 1 ampere. So the resistance was 4.5 ohms. Now if this circuit gets opened, this is my main source and the switch. The potential difference of A2 will remain 4.5 and resistance will remain 4.5. So it will continue to show me 1 ampere reading only. So does not mean that if this bulb has got fused out, the current in these 2 bulbs is going to increase. No. The current in A2 will remain 1 ampere, current in A3 also will remain 4.5 upon 4.5, that is 1 ampere. Current in main ammeter will become 2 ampere instead of 3 amperes because one bulb has switched off or has fused out. Now, we have drawn this circuit many a times. I am coming down to a simple thing now. What should be the resistance of the ammeter and what should be the resistance of the voltmeter? Ammeter we are connecting in series. I'll again draw a diagram. Ammeter we are connecting in series. If the current flowing is I, if ammeter has got high resistance, then there will be a certain potential drop across this, and this resistance will add on to this resistance and the total equivalent resistance of the circuit will increase. So we will not have the full current available for our use. That's why we want minimum potential difference across the ammeter. So ammeter has to have very low resistance. Similarly, the current flowing here is I. In case of voltmeter, we don't want the current to flow, make a particular contribution here. We want the total current to flow from here. So we want I1 to be almost equal to 0, almost 0. When it can happen? When the potential, when the current flowing through a circuit will be 0, when it has very high resistance. So always remember, we have to use ammeters, we have to use voltmeters in our circuit, but ammeters are having very low resistance because we don't want any potential drop across it. We don't want the circuit to get hampered because of the resistance of the ammeter. Similarly, we don't want any current to flow through the voltmeter, so the resistance of the voltmeter is very high. This is generally to avoid the misuse of the current, or I should say whatever current I am getting, I should be able to use it. This is only for measurement, and for measurement I should not be using some current so that the main current on my circuit gets hampered. So always remember it, ammeter is low resistance, voltmeter is high resistance equipment. Now, before proceeding to the next lecture, before proceeding, there is a thought which I want to invoke in you. Using the series and parallel circuit, and that will become a part for our next lecture. A series circuit normally looks like this. Whereas a parallel circuit, these resistances are connected in parallel. Now what happens if I add another resistance here? If I add another resistance here, the equivalent resistance increases. That's why the current flowing decreases. इक्विवेलेंट सर्किट, इस सर्किट में अगर मैंने एक रेजिस्टेंस ऐड किया तो इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस जो है वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा एंड दिस विल बी हायर देन द हाईएस्ट रेजिस्टेंस. जबकि एक पैरेलल सर्किट में अगर मैं एक रेजिस्टेंस ऐड करता हूं तो इक्विवेलेंट रेजिस्टेंस विल डिक्रीज. That means the current will increase. In case of series circuit, when I add a resistance, the potential difference across the resistances also decrease. Potential difference across are decrease. Whereas in this case, potential difference remains constant. Now this is the food for the thought for our next video lecture, why we use parallel circuits or parallel connections in our domestic wiring, not series. We'll be discussing on it in our next lecture. Till then, take care, be safe. And मालूम है मुझे लॉकडाउन कुछ एरियाज में खत्म होने वाला है, आपको घर से बाहर निकलने की जल्दी होगी, but still remain safe and be attentive online, attend your classes online rather than rushing to the tutors to get the classes. We are there to help support you through our different mediums, either YouTube channel or online classes, or even some of the students who have been giving us the calls and we have been helping them out. So we are always there with you students. Take care, stay safe, and do not forget to like and subscribe to the video channels. Thank you very much.